Hello and welcome to part 38 of this video series. In this video, we will see how we can use delegates. In the last video, we have seen what are delegates and why we call delegates as type safe. And we have learned how to create delegates and how to initialize delegates and invoke methods using delegates. In this video, we will continue our discussion on delegates and we will see how delegates can help us in C# programming. So let's open up the Visual Studio and understand this with help of an example. Okay, I have opened up my Visual Studio. Now to understand the delegates, let's create a class. So I have created a class employee that has four properties: ID, name, salary, and experience. Now we want to create a method that will loop through list of employees and check their experience. And if the employee is eligible for promotion, we will print the employee is promoted. Okay, so let's create it. Okay, so I have added a method promote employee and I am looping through the list of employees and I am checking if the employee's experience is greater than or equal to 10. Then I am printing the employee name is now promoted. Okay, let's go ahead and try to use this class in our code. I have created a list of employee and I have created four employee objects E1, E2, E3 and E4, and I have assigned name, salary and experience to these employees, and I have added these four employees in my employee list using the .add method. Now let's go ahead and invoke the promote employee method so that we can promote the eligible employees. Because promote employee is a static method, so we can use the class name and directly invoke promote employee and pass down our list of employees object. Okay, now let's run the application. If you notice, we are getting Mark is now promoted and John is now promoted, because if you see, Mark has experience of 10 years and John has experience of 18 years. That's why this condition will become true and we will print this message employee is now promoted. But the issue with this code is we are tight coupling the logic to promote the employee. Let's suppose we have a different company that has different logic to promote the employee. Maybe they will check their salary and experience also, and then only they will promote the employee. So it's not a good idea to hardcode the logic in the employee class to promote the employee. To make this code more flexible, what we can do, we can make use of delegates. Let's see how we can use delegates and remove this hard-coded logic of experience greater than or equal to 10 using delegates. First, let's now create a delegate, public delegate, and this will return a boolean. Let me call it is eligible. It will take an employee object. Okay, so this is my delegate that will return a boolean. Okay, now let's create a method that will return a boolean and takes the employee object, and within that method we will implement the logic to check if the employee is eligible or not. Okay, I have created this method is promotable, and as our delegate it is having the return type boolean and it is expecting an employee object as the parameter. And inside this method I am checking if the employee is having experience greater than 15, then it will return true, else it will return false. Now let's see how we can make use of is promotable method. So at this line, what we want to do, we want to remove this hard-coded logic and invoke the delegate and check the condition based on the delegate result. So at this line, I will be invoking my delegate. So let's first inject the delegate in the method parameter. So I will say is eligible. So I have taken the delegate as the method parameter, And now I can simply invoke is eligible delegate here, and I can pass down the employee object. Okay, so what will happen? This delegate will get execute and it will take the employee object and it will return either true or false. Based on that result, we will print the line employee is promoted. Okay, so now we have removed the hard coded logic from our employee class and we have moved it to our is promotable method. Okay, but if you see, we are getting the error at line number 24 because to promote employee method, we are only passing the employee, but now we have to pass the delegate also. So what we can do now, we can just simply pass our is promotable method because the signature of is promotable is exactly same as is eligible delegates. That's why we are able to send this particular method in this promote employee. Now let's try to run this application and see what is the result we are getting. If you see the result here, only John is promoted because if you see the employee list here, John was having the experience 18 years. That's why this condition will become true only for John. And that's why this time only one employee was promoted. So guys, this is how you can remove the hard-coded logic from your application or your class and move it to the class which is actually invoking it. This way, our code will become more maintainable and more decoupled. This is one way to use the delegates by creating the method and passing it down, but we can also use the lambda expression. Using lambda expression, we can directly create the method within the brackets. Let's see how we can remove is promotable method and use the lambda expression instead of that. To use the lambda expression, we need to use the parenthesis and then use the lambda sign that is nothing but equal to and this angular bracket. And after that, we can put our angular brackets. And now we can simply declare the parameters which the method is expecting. Let me call it emp for employee. And let me for now just return true. Okay. So what I'm doing, I am using or I am creating a method directly at this line. Now what I can do, I can put this logic from here to within these curly brackets. And I have to change my E to EMP. And now what we can do, we can simply remove this is promotable method because that is no longer required. And if we run the application again, you will notice we are getting the same output. John is now promoted. But this time, instead of creating a new method, we are directly using the lambda expression to create the method and passing it down to the promote employee directly. So guys, this is how you can use the lambda expression. And guys, don't worry, we will learn about the lambda expression in detail in our future videos. That's it for this video guys. In the next video, we will continue our learning about usage of delegates in C#. We will see some more examples and try to understand what are the real-time usage of delegates. Thank you for watching.